Welcome back to my channel. The roar of the crowd, the flashing lights, the palpable energy in the arena. This has all set the stage for a mystery that has consumed WWE programming for weeks. Fans everywhere have been asking the same question. Who is the masked figure turning the tide for the Vision, interfering in matches, and costing fan favorites precious victories? Tonight, Ring Rumble dives deep into the answer. On the December 15th edition of WWE Raw, the WWE Universe finally got the reveal, but it didn't hit the way WWE had anticipated. The mysterious attacker who repeatedly ambushed CM Punk, disrupting match after match, was unmasked, and it was none other than Austin Theory. Surprisingly, the reaction from the live crowd was tepid at best, despite the massive implications both in the ring and backstage. And as expected, CM Punk had plenty to say about it. This is the story of betrayal unmasked, the explosive fallout, and Punk's reaction, Ring Rumble style. Welcome back to Ring Rumble, your ultimate destination for in-depth WWE analysis, insider perspective, and raw, unfiltered reactions that cut straight through the hype. If you thrive on shocking turns, hidden allegiances, and fiery confrontations, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell because the events of this Raw are destined to influence WWE storylines well into 2026, in the 4 weeks following Survivor Series War Games. For weeks, WWE has teased the presence of a shadowy figure, a masked assailant appearing in quick flashes, assisting the Vision during attacks, and altering the outcomes of key matches. The first appearance of this mysterious character occurred at Survivor Series, where they intervened mid-match to slow CM Punk's momentum during a brutal War Games finale. After that night, speculation exploded across the internet. Fans became amateur sleuths, dissecting footage frame by frame, theorizing wildly about the identity of the attacker. Could it be Seth Rollins returning from injury? A veteran legend making a surprise comeback? Or perhaps an entirely new, shocking face in WWE's lineup? WWE even went out of its way to mislead viewers, inserting various wrestlers in similar scenarios to confuse the audience. However, despite these efforts, the long-running mystery eventually lost momentum. The tease dragged on so long that by the time the unmasking occurred, many fans had already guessed the identity correctly, undermining the dramatic potential of the reveal. The December 15th Raw had several notable moments, but the one dominating headlines wasn't a title match or a hardcore cage fight. It was the closing segment. During the Logan Paul vs. Rey Mysterio bout, the masked attacker made their move, striking Mysterio with a vicious stomp and ensuring Paul's victory. CM Punk, visibly furious, raced down the ramp with a chair in hand, not to investigate or congratulate, but to confront the attacker directly. The masked figure disappeared into the crowd, removed the disguise, and revealed a familiar face, Austin Theory. He had a new look, featuring a shaved head and a beard, but there was no mistaking him. Once a polarizing talent and former WWE Tag Team Champion, Theory's return in this fashion was met with lukewarm reactions from fans. The crowd had expected a more shocking revelation, a moment that would send shockwaves through the arena, but instead, the unmasking felt underwhelming. The audience had anticipated the reveal, and the wow factor simply wasn't there. This is where the fallout became intensely personal. CM Punk stormed the ringside area, brandishing the chair, fending off any would-be allies of the masked figure, and asserting his dominance in no uncertain terms. His anger was justified. Theory's interference had disrupted multiple matches, directly costing Punk momentum and opportunities. Even after chasing Theory off, Punk's glare toward the Vision faction conveyed raw, unscripted frustration, a tension that is sure to fuel future storylines on Raw. The aftermath of this confrontation leaves Punk poised to challenge anyone aligned with Theory or the Vision in the coming weeks, ensuring that the ramifications of the reveal will ripple through WWE programming for months. From a narrative standpoint, Austin Theory's reemergence as a masked enigma offers an interesting career trajectory. Theory had been largely absent from television since July 2025, sidelined due to injury, while his tag team, A Town Down Under, quietly dissolved. With Theory off the radar for several months, WWE's decision to bring him back as a mysterious figure helping the Vision is a calculated move. It positions him as a disruptive force without relying on his previous storylines or past successes. Once a wrestler hyped as a future main event star, Theory had seen his momentum stall due to inconsistent booking. The masked persona was intended to reintroduce him as an unpredictable element, a character whose presence should feel larger than his history. Yet, the execution fell short because fans had already anticipated the reveal, reducing its intended shock value. Could this unmasking be the groundwork for a longer-term storyline? Potentially. Industry pundits have speculated that Theory's alliance with the Vision might be a setup for a larger faction narrative or a springboard into a more prominent role once Seth Rollins returns. There's also the possibility that WWE is testing the waters with Theory in this new role, gauging fan reactions before committing to a full-scale push. Despite these potential plans, the immediate reception suggested the moment lacked the emotional weight necessary for a truly memorable reveal. Rather than shock and awe, the audience collectively shrugged, social media buzzing with comments describing the unmasking as predictable and anticlimactic. In wrestling, this is a critical lesson. A mystery reveal needs to balance intrigue with payoff. Over-teasing and obvious hints can lead to fan disappointment, and unfortunately, that seems to have happened here. Theory's in-ring abilities and athleticism are undeniable. He is a former champion with versatility and skill, capable of delivering high-quality matches and executing complex sequences. But in this instance, the reveal did not carry the weight of surprise necessary to captivate the audience fully. Fans' expectations, built up over weeks of speculation and misleading hints, collided with the predictable reality of the unmasking, creating a disconnect between WWE's storytelling and the audience's emotional investment. This scenario serves as a textbook case of wrestling booking, illustrating how anticipation without a satisfying payoff can undermine both character development and storyline momentum. Multiple performers under the mask or clever misdirection often help preserve the shock factor, but when the audience feels they have figured out the puzzle in advance, the impact diminishes. Despite the lukewarm reception, the implications for upcoming WWE programming remain significant. CM Punk's outrage sets the stage for multiple potential rivalries and matches. His fury is authentic and raw, promising heated confrontations with anyone aligned with Theory or the Vision. Meanwhile, Theory's positioning as a mysterious enforcer allows WWE to craft long-term narratives, exploring alliances, betrayals, and faction warfare in the weeks and months ahead. There's also room for character evolution. A wrestler once considered a rising star now operating in the shadows, interfering and manipulating outcomes, creates a multifaceted persona that can be explored.